Hi, this is Caroline from the Four Paws Art Studio. And it's been a while since I filmed a video of some techniques. So today I'm decided to get my soft pastels. Sometimes they're called chalk pastels. And you could find them at any art store, and they vary in prices. If this is the first time that you have worked with soft pastels, you can buy more of the cheaper style just to make sure that you do like it. Higher quality does make a difference to your artwork. So I was able to buy 3 sets. It was a low cost. Mind you that a lot of what I teach is to use low budget art supplies. So they come in different colors. This is a really nice package because it has an array of different colors that you could choose from. And you'll need that. You'll need various sizes of brushes. And you could just get a paintbrush that's for multi type of paint. It could be used for any paint. And that might work the best, but you can play around with the brushes. Watercolor brushes might also work. And also a jar of water. And you will need your journal, or you could use another type of paper. You could experiment with different types of paper for this type of technique. So one of the things that I learned when I was young from an art teacher when I was in school was how to use soft pastels as a watercolor base. So you have watercolors that come in these kits. I also have another one that is metallic colors. And you could definitely use these along with the pastels. Or you could just do the pastels yourself. It's just really up to you on what you would prefer doing. So my I'm just creating right now, and it might turn into some kind of type of scene or some kind of interesting picture. What I'm going to do is just pick a paintbrush, just a fairly decent size, whatever you want, and I'm just going to smudge some water down. And in between of my pages in my journal, I have a cardboard just cut out from a box or from one of the pads of papers. Just put it behind it so you have a good working surface. So just lather the paper with some generous water. And it doesn't have to be the whole paper. It could just be a section. Right now I'm just doing a section. And I'm going to pick this green color. And I'm literally going to just put it right on top of the water. And then you could tell like it's kind of bleeding a little bit. Just take your brush, and now you got it more on a watercolor look to it. And they do blend in nicely with colors. So I have no idea what this type of art page is going to look like. And you could see how I just gather it from the middle and just work out. Okay. Then you can take a dry one, and the dry one means no water, and you could just color right up next to it. You could overlap onto the water. And then it starts blending the colors. It's kind of interesting how it's looking. And then you could see how that bleeds. The other way of doing this technique is taking the chalk and actually dipping it right into the jar. So I know my video doesn't show it. My jar is bigger. So it's wet, and now you're going to just add it onto the paper. So you can do it that way. I kind of like just wetting the paper. Again, it's just your decision on how you want to go about it. And then take the paintbrush and smear it. And then just blend. And they do, like, as I picked up the colors, it just made another color. It's like this gray, smoky gray color. And I'm going to just take this orange and I'm going to just do the whole bottom with this. And I have no preconceived idea of what this journal page is going to look like. I just started taking the soft pastels and just add color to it. So it's abstract looking, but you definitely could make this into a realistic portraits. You could use this technique. Animals, you could use this technique. Whatever you would paint with watercolors, you could do it with pastels. And I think I'm going to take the brown, and this time I think I'm going to put the water on top of the paper. It's okay that I have some color from the orange in my water. And the brown really does nice with that water. Then I'm going to add another color on top. And then I think I'm going to add a little yellow down here. And then take my brush. And again, it really doesn't matter what size of brush. It's just whatever is comfortable for you to use. I like to use more of the medium size. You could use a larger one. Just know when you use a larger one, it's going to move that paint a little differently. I feel like I have more control with this size of the brush than I would a larger brush. So I want to maintain some control with the blending of these colors. And so, and then after this dries, I might go back over it and draw on top of it, maybe redefine some of these shapes. I might want to add in more colors on top of this with other supplies. I might use marker, I might use color pencil. I'm not sure where I'm going to go with it. But that is just a simple technique I wanted to give you, that you could play around with your soft pastels a little bit more. And then see what you could discover from them with your own, excuse me, your own creative flow with the colors. And I just decided to add a little bit more. I wanted to pop. I'm seeing like a landscape right now, and I think I want to kind of play with that a little bit. See, like a forest and trees. So that's about it. At some point, you do need to not smear the colors because they'll start getting a little bit on the muddy side. So you would want to let it dry and then go back to it. And I feel like that's where my place is at right now. But so this is, let me get my camera up there, sorry. This is what the piece looks like. And hopefully that you will be able to use your soft pastels with water. Use it just like watercoloring.